Uh, Tell me about yourself.
My, my name is Kamishar Shah. I am from Bihar. I have completed my Bachelor of Technology from Corporate Institute of Science and Technology, Bhopal, and I did my 12th class from High School Jalapur Bazar, Bihar. And I also completed my 10th class from High School Jalapur Bazar, Saran, Bihar. As far as my skills are C++, Java, web development, and React.js, a specialist in Java and HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap, JSP, and Servlet also. And apart from there are five members in my family, and my hobbies are playing football and learning and traveling. That's all about me.
Mm, okay, so you also work on the React technology, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in previously, like you, what type project you done? Like as mentions, like front end developer,
One.
right?
Yes, yes.
So what you like done on the React as you feel like it's your challenges?
Challenger is the Flutter. Challenger is the app which is developed in Flutter, and Multitail is the website which is developed in the React.js. In my team, there are three members in my team. I was a fresher in when I joining in that company because I am part
Okay,
of 2021, and two seniors are available in my project. One senior is the node developer, which is developer API and send me the API links. After sending the API, we hit the through Postman and get the data from, and we have implemented that API in our React website. And our senior handle everything, and also they give me a task and their and some pages and some component, and I have work on that, sir.
mm, okay, and
Yes.
as
As
you
a
what?
fresher, yes, sir.
Okay, so you have 1 year experience total, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we can start with like JavaScript, and you have a good knowledge on JavaScript also, right?
Yes. JavaScript, HTML, and CSS in advance.
Okay, okay. So what is JavaScript?
JavaScript is a scripting language which is run on the on a browser.
Okay,
For JavaScript, yes, JavaScript is to client side handling. For example, we want to perform some actions on a website. Sometimes we perform a task through the uh, JavaScript, and we want to some animations and some activity through the runtime on the website. And using JavaScript, we can make a some dynamic type website here.
okay.
Yes.
So as you commissions, you mentions like you also work on the Java technology, right? Like core Java,
Yes.
JSP, Servlet, and JDBC.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between Java and JavaScript?
Yes, both are the different. Java is a language, and JavaScript is also a language, but it is a type of scripting. And JavaScript, and Java is a object on the programming language, which has a platform, which have a framework as a Spring Boot and Hibernate also. But using when we use a JavaScript, they have a library to like a React JS and Angular.
Okay. In JavaScript, how I can use external JavaScript file. For example, I have index.js file, right? And I have to import one another file on my index.file. So how I can import?
Mm, First, we can import through the. For example, we have if we are using React.js and we are using on a normal website using HTML and CSS, that time we
Mm,
can implement they can in the script tag we pass the src and the file name, file location there.
okay.
And yes, sir. And
What
if we
is
want to, yes,
what is the DOM and what is the use of the document object?
in a JavaScript document object model, when we want to change the data through the ID. if, look, for example, we create a ID and make their ID name like a man. If you want to send the some value through that ID, we can access that ID. After that, we can send the value and their color and their properties also. That time you use document object model set. And after using document object model, that we if we run our code, that time we load the whole website set.
Okay.
Yes.
In just second. Tell me about five string functions in JavaScript
String
as you
function.
use. Yes.
String
Yes.
function like a string.
Um, like for example, if I'm tell you, I have to concat one string methods,
Yes,
J
concatenate.
strings method, for example. So tell me, as you used.
String function in JavaScript. Yes.
Yes.
For concatenation, we know we declare a variable, and after you have three variable in Java, let, var, and const. We declare a variable like a and their variable name, and we pass the string and pass the number, pass the float number, pass the integer value. They automatically assign that type of variables also. And after we want to concatenate the some method and find the length, and we have some methods in a JavaScript we can perform directly, and we have some function to for in a math for we want to a random number that time you generate the with the random function.
Okay.
And yes,
Um, do you idea about like JS array methods?
JS JavaScript array
Array
method. Yes,
method.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
And
uh,
if you have
yes, yes.
any as you previously use, for example, I can say array push. So when you use the array push and what types requirements when we need at that time we use something like that. So if you use in previously JS method any array
When
methods.
yes, okay, 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 I am explaining that. If we have making some in this time, our some website are developing through the API. In that time API, for I am working as a React JS developer. That time we have a API key. That time return a object, and after creating a in a array, we can pass the data through the array, and like we get the name, ID, password, and phone number. That time we create a array and we pass the um, empty string, and we assign the value name, phone number, email ID, and password in a array format. After we passing the API, we our data is passed in the object format. After we have a two method in a React. We can pass the value through the map function, and otherwise we can pass the one data one by one data. We can that time use array set. If we use
Okay.
map method, or in that time all the data are comes in the object form, but we want to send the want to come to data one by one. That time we use only array method set.
Okay. And what are the JavaScript data types?
A JavaScript data type three type: let, var, and const. When we create a let variable, that time you can access the variable in the whole of the program, but not whole of the program, but we declare a value through var keyword. We can access the value from the whole of the program, but we declare a variable through let keyword. That time we use the only one that variable in the body of the scope only. But we third is the const. When you create a const through const, that time you cannot change the value of that constant value, but that time we change the some value that comes the error undefined set.
Okay. And
Yes,
what is the
we cannot.
double
Yes,
equal to and triple equal to operators?
triple equal. Hmm. Double equal to just check the value, and triple equal to check the value and their return type also. For example, we are checking the some value 2 and 2 is equal to both, that is true, but we want to check some return, we through double equal to 2 and 2 and their return type is also integer. So that time we will can check the through double triple equal to set.
Okay. What are the use of the push method on JavaScript?
Yes, yes. In a push method, we want to push the data in a we know array is working to 0 to and their last indexing number. If you want to push the data one index, two index, third index, that time you push the array value and their values are also. If we want to push the data, we created a array and we want to push data in the third number and fourth number. We pass the third and their value also, sir.
Okay. So now JavaScript question is closed, basic, and now we move on the Git questions, right?
Okay, okay.
So what is the Git repository?
Git repository, Git and GitHub. We know Git is a command through for it is used to GitHub. GitHub is the more database and data, we can say the database where we have host our project, our we save our project in a Git on the GitHub and through Git command set. If you want to first we initialize our repository, that time we will note a Git initialize. After we want to add some in some folder in on the our Git repository, that time we use git add. After we can add their name, file name also. uh, Using dot we can initialize all the files in our packages like an init variable, and we can commit there. We have done this on the time. After that we can change the branch, main branch, master branch. We have two method to creating a branch. Create git branch hyphen u and checkout. After that we can create a checkout method to our brancher, and after that we can change the git branch, and there we can pass the branch name like a main, like a create a my name through my name sometime, and we can set the remote address. After that we can push the value git push and branch origin main, sir. That is the command for the git. And GitHub is the we our all the version is controlled and our all the data are saved on the GitHub, sir.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh, what is the difference between Git fetch and Git pull?
Git fetch and Git pull. For Git pull and Git fetch. Git pull, yes. If we are working on the first time on the project, and we can pull the project from Git pull and we can enter their URLs also. After that time our all the code are pulled in our local devices, like local device in my folder. And after we were working on a long time, if we want to change some value, some code in our my code, and some seniors are and some other member are working on send the project, that time we fetch the code. After we can merge that code in our code, sir, also.
Okay.
Yes. Git pull and git clone are two method to getting the data from the GitHub server.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the difference between the reverting and resetting?
MPT,
Or reverting and resetting?
reverting and resetting.
Yes.
In which React,
No, Git.
reverting and reset.
Hmm.
I have not used reverting and reset, but we can for that keyword we can reset our
Okay.
code. Yes.
Okay, so now Git question is over. Now we can move on the React questions answer. Okay, what is the React?
Yes, React is the most trending language which is developed by the Facebook, and React is a work library of JavaScript, and React has a function of ECMAScript 6, and ECMAScript is the function of the latest of the JavaScript functions. And in a ECMAScript 6, there are three functions in the ECMAScript 6 which are used on React.js. Using that function, our React.js feature is enhanced by the that ECMAScript 6. And React.js is work on the component. For example, we take a example of YouTube. If we click on the play section and game section, TV section, only one that component is called through the virtual mm, DOM. In a virtual DOM and in a React.js, there is a virtual DOM and DOM. In a virtual DOM, if we creating like a division tag, if you want to change the data, only one that division, only one that comport is run, or all the comport are same, the still same set. So the React is fast set.
Okay,
Yes.
and what is the difference between the ECMAScript 5 and ECMAScript 6?
Yes, ECMAScript 6 is the latest version, and ECMAScript has a four function. That is the oldest version of JavaScript, and after a new version of ECMAScript come in the into 2016. After we can name their ECMAScript 6, and in some ECMAScript 6, some JavaScript developer develop some enhance some new features in ECMAScript 6, sir. In
Mhm.
a ECMAScript 6, there are fat arrow function with return, fat arrow function with one parameter. Both are the most trending function which are directly used in the React.js.
Okay,
Yes,
and how do you create the React app? If I'm tell
great.
to you one create
Yes,
a project, so what is the performance you stay performs on your terminals? Yeah, whatever.
I have three methods to creating a React app. First is the npm, npx, and yarn. First, I will choose the npm install, the npm create React app space our React app. After that, we can change the directory through cd and we can start the npm start. After that, our project is started. Second, which is the yarn method. Yarn and create React app and there our name and the cd and go to our repository, our files and npm start. And second is the npx create React app and our name on whichever we want to uh, create our project. And after we can change the directory and go to the my folder and we can start, sir. We have a three method.
Okay, and what are the components in the React?
Yes, component React is work on the component. In component, we create a method through the two method, refc and rfc. And through the we have to, if we creating the component, that time we create a constant method and we pass the fat arrow function and mm, default expert, and our component will we have to return, sir, if we creating the through the component, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. What is the state in the React?
Yes, if you want to change the some value in the on the runtime, for example, you take a Flipkart website. If we click buy some product, that time we click the some products on the plus. That time our value is added and product value is added. That time is working on the runtime. So sometime that time we use a state for working on the run dynamic set. For dynamic purpose, we use the state set. Okay, that time we change the value and calculate and their function and also be added set.
Can you explain the life cycles method of the components in React?
Yes, In a React.js, three component: mounting, updating, and unmounting. In a mounting section, our assign the variables, and through all the variables are assigned in our runtime. After updating our just one create a one function, and after that we after that function is call on the runtime on the click button time, our function is updating. After that that function will be work, and after our on mounting process will be working set.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the React router?
React router. React router is, for example, we are creating a website through the HTML, CSS. That time use the anchor tag through the go to one page to another page. In a React.js, we can create a React router through goes to one page to another page. That time we install the React router, npm install React router, and we pass the version which our version is used in our project. After that, we can import we have to import React router as a router and switch and routes methods. After that we can implement that React router function in our project. First we need to create a browser router, switch, and we router. In a router we can pass the two method. First is the exact path, and second is the component. If you want to click go to home contact about gallery, that time we pass the home about contact gallery pages also, sir. After that our React router is working, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also come to like MySQL, right?
Yes.
Database design.
Uh,
So what is
yes, database.
MySQL?
MySQL is a database designing. For I have created a major project on the college time. That time work on the MySQL set, and created a I have created a database through the whole of the India, and like their state, their cities. For that, I have worked on the MySQL set. And
Yes.
MySQL is yes,
And
MySQL yes, MySQL is used to store the data, and we can in that MySQL is the software for storing the data. Through the SQL query we can search, delete, update, and do that function in the SQL method. If some
okay.
you want to insert data, that time we pass the insert table name, and where if you want to for example you pass the data in a registration page, that time you
Okay.
have to create a database, and after that we create a table, and we insert into their table. First we need to connect with our database. After that we can select insert into table name and their value and their function set.
Okay. And what is the purpose of the primary key on table?
Primary key. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Primary key is used to the we if you want to access the primary key is used to unique, and we can through the primary key we can access the whole of the data from the table side. Because a table is work on the attribute. For table is a like a user table. In user table there is a
Okay.
name, user ID, name, email ID, password, phone number. After has a one
Okay.
primary key like a email like a their ID, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the difference between primary key and foreign key?
Yes. Through the primary key and foreign key, we can we have a two table in the our
Okay.
database. That time we connect through the one table to another table. That time we will need to
Hmm.
foreign key. Through foreign key we can check the data from one table to another table. Sir.
Okay.
In a primary, yes, in a primary key we can differentiate with a table. In the table it would we can if you want to select the data from our table from the user table, we can pass the where primary key like a ID, sir.
What is the difference between the drop table and truncated table?
Drop table. If you want to
Yes.
delete yes, if you want to delete our table in the table in the attribute, that time use the drop method. Drop.
Okay.
And truncate method, if you want to delete the whole of the table, that time use
Okay.
truncate. Yes.
So, um, okay. And as you know about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript,
Yes,
okay, and
yes. Bootstrap.
you also worked on the like Bootstrap, okay, C++, Java, okay, and you also work in the Flutter technologies, okay, and what type of functionalities done on this project like Flutters?
In Flutter.
Yes,
In project, I work on 2 months, and in a Flutter project, there are four
okay,
member in my in team, and my task was the implement the at the rate mention. For example, we are in a chatting group on the WhatsApp. That time we at the rate. Our whole of the
oh,
member are coming in the chat group, and we can select the that member, है ना? And we can also implement that method in our apps sir, through the filter mention.
okay. So how
Yes.
also data come when you
Uh,
anyone someone user is like
yes.
uh okay,
I was created a method when
okay,
we pass the value at the rate. That time we
okay.
select all the data through the in a list. Our list will show in the table, and after that we can select the data also and pass.
So how
For that we
exactly
have
you okay? So how exactly methods you make on API like API and how you manage
yes,
any
yes.
logic?
Yes, in Flutter there is a package Flutter mention that is work for the selecting the value through Flutter mention. If you creating through the only one at the rate not working on that, we can pass the any number like a hash at the rate dollar. We can pass that after we passing the dollar. That time we select the all the value through that method, and or you have to create a list, and after that creating list you can select the all the value in the list, and we can select the like a name is the deep. If you click on the deep and their id is selected in the list, and we can pass the through the uh, title, and we can also work in that sir,
Okay,
because flutter work on the uh, flutter work on the like a flutter mention, and there every work has a different widget set.
okay. So basically you use the Flutter mentions like packages, right?
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Okay, Kameshwar. Our interview process is finished, and HR will as soon as possible contact to you. Okay.
Yes sir.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yes, sir.